start first real-time project. So I will give you more detail about this real-time project. Before that, I will tell you entire process, how this training program will run. Okay. So first thing, like we will have session every Saturday and Sunday, and IST time will be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and EST time will be 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. That will be our timing, and that will be fixed timing. And that timing will be for class. Okay. A part of that, we will have doubt session also. So we will have doubt session every Monday to Friday. Time wise, I will tell you what timing will be there. But for this real time project, definitely you will stuck many places. So you need regular guidance. So we will have multiple doubt session. Okay, no need to worry on that part. And coming to class part, so this Saturday, Sunday, we will be focused on entire environment setup. Okay, so as I mentioned, like we will have all the services which we need for this to deliver this project. Like we will have Salesforce account, we will have database on cloud, we will have Mulesoft runtime. Again, for Mulesoft also we will use cloud service only. For third-party API, like we will have SMS service. For that, we have two options, either SMTP server or we can use third-party SMS gateway. Okay, so that we can use. And a part of that, we will have like we will work on Jira also, Confluence also. So all those discussion we will do, what all software you need. I have that entire list. And initial 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I will help you to do this entire setup. Okay. And then from next weekend, like next Saturday, Sunday, we will start technical part, starting from requirement gathering. So we will start from requirement gathering and then RAML, then development, testing, deployment, CI/CD pipeline, security policy, everything will be covered. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. Okay, so what will be like course content, and then we will discuss what all setup we will do in upcoming session. Okay, so first let's discuss the course content. Okay, so first thing we will start with requirement gathering. After environment setup, we will start with the requirement gathering. Then we will understand project lifecycle. Okay, so in Mulesoft, we have project lifecycle. So we will follow that project lifecycle. It starts from, if you want to see project lifecycle, how, or you can say API development lifecycle. Okay, so that I will explain. So in project lifecycle, it will start from requirement gathering, development on all the phases will be there. And inside that project lifecycle, when we go for development, API development, then we will follow this API development lifecycle. So if you see here, like in this API development lifecycle, we have multiple stages. So it will start from design. So first we will create the RAML. We will simulate, like we will publish it on Exchange. Then we will ask feedback for this particular RAML. So BA people will help us to give the feedback. Then we will validate the feedback. If feedback is positive, then we will go for development. Okay. And after that, we will do testing. In this testing, we will cover unit testing and unit testing. And then I will tell you how, like SIT, UAT, then pre-prod, all those kind of testing will come in picture. So that detail I will share. Once all the testing will be done, then we will go for securing our API. So we will register our API on API Manager. We will apply security policy, and then we will deploy our application on Cloud Hub. Okay. So here for this project, we are going to use Cloud Hub deployment model. But a part of that, I will give you some understanding of on-premise deployment model also. RTF1 will be difficult since we don't have license, but if I will get any possibility, I will give you some idea, but on-premise one I can tell you. So I know entire setup of on-premise deployment model, even in local also we can do. but that will be very heavy. So for project purpose, we will use Cloud Hub, but I will give you knowledge of on-premise deployment model. Then we will see how we can monitor, like once your deployment is done, how you can monitor your API, troubleshoot your API, and manage your API. So this entire life cycle, API development life cycle, we will follow when we will develop our API. So to understand this project or project life cycle, we will use agile methodology. Okay. So in agile methodology, like to manage any agile project, you need some kind of tool. Okay. So to manage this agile project, we will use Jira. Okay. And then we will use Confluence. So Jira will be your ticketing tool where we will create story, we will create task, all those things we will manage here. So every team member will have account there. You will get task here. You need to complete your task and you need to put your status and everything in this. Whenever you have any query, you will put comment. Whenever you will deliver your task, you need to update the status of your Jira story. You need to record your uh, time and everything you need to do here. So this particular Jira ticketing tool we will use to manage our agile project. Then Confluence, this will be a shared repository where you can maintain your documentation and all. Okay. And for as a center repository where we will maintain our code and all. So we will use Git as a center repository, and then we will use Git desktop to manage that Git repository. You can manage your Git repository using command also, or I think another tool is there. I forgot name, sorry. So we will use that. We can use that also, but Git desktop is user friendly. So I will teach you like how we can use Git desktop to manage Git. Okay, even Git desktop you can use to manage your Azure repository also. Okay, it's very user friendly tool. So we'll teach you about that. And for CI/CD purpose, we will use Jenkins. So I will give you I will tell you entire setup starting from Jenkins installation, then creating pipeline in Jenkins, and then how we will run the Jenkins to complete the to build and deploy our Mule application. Okay, then this setup we will do, these things we will understand. Then if you will go for development part, so first we will create RAML by following all the best practice. We will develop API by following all the best practice. So here best practice means in terms of RAML, best practice means we will create RAML, we will do all the reusable component, we will define all the reusable components. So what all reusable component we have inside RAML? We have traits, we have data type, we have fragments. Okay, so all those advanced things you will get here. We will start from basic RAML and then slowly we will learn this fragment, traits, data type. Okay, and those things you must need to use whenever you are working for any client. Okay. For learning purpose, you can create sample RAML, that's fine. But when you are delivering your project, you need to follow all the best practice. So I will show you how to create fragment, data type, and trait. In API development also, you can simply develop your API. But if you will not follow best practice, then it will be difficult for other team member to understand your code. Okay. So whenever you are delivering or developing any API, you must need to follow some standards, some practice. So if after a few days, once either you will leave the organization or you will move in another team or you will get any existing code which is delivered by other team member. So that code should be user friendly, that should be easily understandable. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. So you should follow some standards so that whenever someone will come to enhance your code, they can easily understand your code. Okay, so that kind of best practice, I will tell you what all you can do. Then we will do testing. Okay, once you will create RAML, develop your API testing. In testing, we will do unit testing, integration testing, unit testing, and performance testing. Okay, so for these three, unit testing and unit testing, it's an automated one. Okay, it will, with the help of unit testing, we can automate our testing process. Similar to JUnit, unit works. Okay, and here in unit you can write code to automate your testing process. So I will tell you process. For unit testing and integration testing, we will use Postman software. For MUnit, it will be inside the Mule application only. And then for performance testing, we will use JMeter. So ideally that JMeter, like performance testing, should be done by testing team, but you need to support testing team while doing performance testing. So here, generally they will check how much load your API can take and what is the you can say SLA of your API in that particular load. Okay, so those kind of testing they will do. So you need to understand how this tool work and what all parameters they capture. So how you can, like, if there will be any issue, then how you will tune your API, what all things you need to do. Okay, so after this coding develop, this testing and development, you will go for code checking. So after code checking, we will go to CI/CD pipeline. So as I mentioned, we will use Git repository for code checking. We will use Jenkins for CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so we will discuss about all three deployment model, but we will use this Cloud Hub for our project deployment. And on-premise, I will give you understanding, and I will show you one demo also on this. RTF one, I can just give you high level overview for RTF and hybrid one.
What is RTF here?
Now coming to deployment, we'll use Cloud Hub. And okay, so environment wise, when you go for any project, okay, any big organization, they maintain multiple environment: dev, SIT, UAT, pre-prod, prod. Dev for developer, okay. As a developer, we will deploy on that environment, dev environment. We will do all kind of unit testing. Then SIT environment. SIT environment generally will be handled by testing team will test our API. They will do integration testing there. Okay. Then once you will get approval for SIT team from testing team, then you will move your code on UAT environment. Then user will do testing there on UAT environment. Okay. Once this dev testing, testing on dev, SIT, and UAT is done, then we will move our code on pre-prod environment. Pre-prod environment is nothing but it's a similar to production environment. Before moving our code on production, we verify our code on similar to production environment. So generally we do here pen test. Pen test means we are checking our API is not our API is secured or not. So generally security kind of testing we do in pen test, and we do this performance testing on pre-prod. Okay, since it will be similar, so that a pre-prod environment should able to handle similar kind of load what production can handle. Okay, but SIT UAT will not be similar to production one. Okay, so let's say for one application you have 2 vcode in production and pre-prod. There might be 1 vcode on UAT and SIT. Okay, only pre-prod will be similar to production environment. Okay, and once all the testing will be done on pre-prod, like on the release date, your code will move from pre-prod to production. Okay, so Cloud Hub we will deploy, then yeah. So like we will learn here, like here we will learn about multiple security policy. So what all security policy we are going to learn: basic authentication, client ID enforcement, rate limiting, spike control, OAuth, okay, and then HTTP caching. All this policy we will apply, so we will get hands-on experience, this 6 policy. A part of that, I will give you idea about IP whitelisting, IP blacklisting, then JWT token. Okay, so there will be 3-4 more policy where I will give you idea how this policy work. But 6-7 policy we will apply on our API. We will see real-time working application with that policy. Okay, and one of the key policy will be their OAuth policy. So for OAuth policy, we will create another Mule application which will work as a OAuth service provider. So we will generate token from there and we'll use that token And again, we will use OAuth service, Mulesoft OAuth service to validate that token. Okay, so that detail, maybe few people are very new in IT. You don't have idea of OAuth policy, how it works. So we'll have detailed discussion step by step, what all steps involved in OAuth policy. So that discussion we will do in detail. Okay, but that is very key policy. You must need to know. Most of the organization follow that OAuth policy. Okay, and at the end, I will explain you how you will explain this project in your interview. Okay, so based on the package what you took, there will be one project or three project. So I will explain all those project, like how you will explain in your interview. Okay, so this will be course content on high level. In detail, few more things will come.
What is
Now
RTF
coming
Ravi?
to objective of this exercise. So here we want to simulate real world scenario. Okay, where solution architect will provide you document. What kind of document they will provide you? They will provide you functional design document. Okay, so whenever any project start, so solution architect like do different kind of meetings, like they do meetings with clients, with different stakeholders, and then they create this functional design document. Okay, now using that functional design document, as a developer you need to create technical design document. Okay, after that we will use Mulesoft out-of-box capability. So in basic training, most of you have learned what all capability Mulesoft has. Okay, so many of you know about all the component. Many of you are learning those component. So here, based on your learning, like whatever out-of-box capabilities are there or component are there, we will use that component. Okay. And in Mulesoft, to perform same task, we have two components, but you need to select based on your business case, based on your use case, you need to select which component will give you more better performance. Okay, so that kind of thing we will do. And I will also explain while class also, whatever component we will touch, I will explain those component in detail, like object store, how it works, what all property it has, what is the meaning of each property, on which use cases we can work. So that kind of discussion we will do. Okay. Then include previous practice experience when coming out to the solution. So same thing. Now make use of design center. For RAML purpose, we will use Anypoint Platform Design Center. We will create RAML fragment, everything there. We will publish on Exchange. Okay. And then we will take that RAML for our development. Organize and create the Mule project based on the business scenario and solution described in the document. So we'll do development, create Mule message flow, make use of Mule component connector. Okay, so we will use all those things. Okay, then unit test. So as I mentioned, like here we will do automation also in testing process. So we will write a unit code. Then for unit testing, we will use Postman or SOAP UI. Okay. And for performance testing, we will use JMeter. And at the end, this entire project, once the project will be ready, you need to demonstrate the project. Okay. So yeah, we will have multiple team members. So we will review your entire solution. Okay. So as I mentioned, this project will be real time only. So we will take some real time use cases only. And environment wise also, you will do all the environment setup. You will have database on cloud, Salesforce on cloud, Mulesoft on cloud. And then we will use SMTP server and object store and everything we will have. So you will have entire infrastructure setup in your system. Okay. So these are things like these all are course content and our objective for this entire project. Now coming to course, this is not only course content. So the list of software and application we are going to use. Okay. So first, Anypoint platform account. We will create Anypoint platform account where we will have Cloud Hub. Then we will have API manager to apply security policy. We will have Mule runtime to deploy our Mule application. We will have design center where we will apply, where we will create a RAML. We will create fragment. We will have API manager to apply security policy. All those things we will have. Then we will install Anypoint Studio. Many of you have already installed this Anypoint Studio, but still, if anyone is missing, I will help you to install this Anypoint Studio. And this particular tool we are going to use to develop our Mule application. Okay. Then Git repository. So here we are going to create one Git repository. Inside that, we will create one organization, and we will use that organization for this project. Okay. And within that organization, I will add all the participants. Okay. So whatever repository we will create, everyone will have access of that repository. You can clone that repository and you can see whatever we will commit together. So Git part also, like whatever software and tool you are seeing here, I will teach you all the software and tool. I will not teach you why very detailed content for that. Whatever you need as a Mulesoft developer, till that point, I will teach you. Okay. If you want to get more knowledge, then you can do your further study. But whatever tool and other tool, like a part of Mulesoft we are going to take in very detail. But a part of Mulesoft, what other tool and technology I will use in this particular project, you will have enough knowledge to work in this project. Okay. Then Git desktop, as I mentioned, I will teach you this particular tool to manage your Git repository. This is similar to it will give you user interface. So it will be for you, it will be easy to manage your Git repository. Otherwise, you need to write Git command, and at the initial stage, it will be difficult to remember all the command. And even if you can remember, there are multiple things which might be difficult for you. So to remove that complexity, we will use Git desktop. But parallelly, whenever you will have time, you need to learn Git command also. Okay, that is not mandatory, but if you will learn, that will be a plus point for you. Postman, again, we will install and I will teach you few things in Postman, how to create collection, how to create multiple folder inside collection, how to create environment property and how to use those environment property. So those things I will teach you. Then Maven we will install since we are going to use CI/CD pipeline and all, where we need Maven. Then JDK, again, this Java we need to run our Endpoint Studio. Although Maven and JDK, this is inbuilt in our Endpoint Studio, but many times we need to install this in our system. Okay. So for that purpose, I will teach you how you can install this Maven and JDK. Then Salesforce. On Salesforce part, I will explain you how to create Salesforce account. And at the same time, I will give you basic admin knowledge in Salesforce, like how to create custom object, how to create element inside, custom element inside any object, how to write SQL query, then where you can write, where you can see object. Okay. So all those kind of, at least basic admin knowledge I will give you on Salesforce. Then remote MySQL. This particular MySQL we are going to use for our project purpose. So as a database, when you will work for project, you will get either MySQL database, you will get Oracle database, you will get Azure blob storage or data storage. But for all the database, you will have as a Mulesoft developer, your task will be similar. Okay. So here as a database, we will use MySQL one. But even if you will in your project, there will be Oracle database or there will be this Azure database, you need to do same thing. First, you need to have connectivity with them, and then you write SQL query. So all those things we will do here. Then Jira, we already discussed, we will use this tool. Confluence, and we will have we will create one account. We will use one cloud third-party application for SMS and email. Okay, that also I will tell you how to create account, how to register there, and how to take their trial service. Okay. So for this project, we are going to use Salesforce database, SMTP, object store, HTTP connector. These are the key connector we are going to use. A part of that, also we will have few more connector. Okay. So till the end of this project, we will touch around 5 to 8 connector. Okay. We can't take all the connector in this project, but almost 5 to 8 connector we are going to touch. Okay, so these are the, you can see API kit connector, secure property connector, Spring module, and then OAuth. So total 9 connector we are going to touch. Okay. Component wise, these are the key component we are going to use. We will use all other component also, but these are the key component: batch processing, caching, choice router, scatter gather, and for loop, and parallel for loop also. These are key component we are going to use in this project. Security policy wise, OAuth, client ID enforcement, rate limiting, HTTP caching, basic OAuth, spike control. So these are the key security policy which we are going to use in our project. A part of that, I will explain you other security policy also, which we use in our project, but not very frequently. But still, you should have knowledge. So those like security policy we will cover. Okay.
Ravi, can you hear me?
So far I have mentioned many things: course content, then objective of this course, and what all software and tool we are going to use. If anyone has any query till this point, let me know.
Ravi, can you hear me? Ravi, can you hear me?
So very better.
Yeah, you can speak now. One has any query?
Ravi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So you'll be giving us this content list also, right? So whatever you told now on the screen. Of course, we get the recording. Apart from that, just the document to see ourselves where we are standing. And if you look at some content, what you wrote here, if you don't understand, then we can go back to the video and see what you mentioned in that, right?
Yeah, okay. On this part, this part I missed, so let me tell you. So for this entire course, whatever document I will use, I will share all the document. Whatever RAML fragment I will create, I will share. Whatever source code I will develop, I will share. Okay. And then you will get recording for each class also.
Okay. It is good for absolute freshers also, right?
Yeah. So here, see, whatever component, whatever component connector we will use, I will give you complete detail for that component and connector. Okay. Even if you have zero knowledge about that component connector, you will get idea how to use and where to use. Okay. But in this project, if you will say I will cover all the component connector, that is not possible. Okay. So in Mulesoft, we have almost like 30 to 40 components. So I think we will touch 20 to 25 component here. Okay. We will not touch all the component. So, but whatever will come in this particular project, during project, whatever component we will use, I will explain that component.
When you're telling component, what do you mean by component?
Okay, so in Mulesoft, we have like set payload, set variable, set transform message. Then we have logger component. We have different flow component like flow, subflow. Then we have different router component like choice, scatter gather. Then we have like error handling component like error handler, on error continue, on error propagate, rage error. Okay, so we have around. Sorry.
Is it kind of a command?
The Mulesoft component which we use to deliver our Mule application.
Okay.
Whenever we.
Okay. Got it.
Ravi, one doubt.
Yes.
With these components, can we understand whole project?
Your voice is not clear for me. Can you speak again?
Yeah, we discuss until we discuss 20 to 25 components.
Yes.
With these components, can we understand the whole project?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. You will.
Okay.
You will. Let me see any query in chat. Yes. Go ahead.
Do we create any custom connectors in the real time when we are working in the real time?
Okay. So if you say in real-time project, few company they follow custom connector for logging purpose, for error handling purpose, and few company they are not using any custom connector. Okay. For custom connector, what I can do? Okay, let me think on this part. Let me try to include in this course. Okay. I will not give you final commitment at this moment, but let me plan if I can use logger for logger, if I can use this custom connector.
Okay.
Maybe are we going to discuss any log framework in this course?
Logging framework, see, for logging, like what all places we need to do logging, uh, like what kind of information we will display, that kind of discussion we will have. Then we will use Mulesoft Cloud Hub Logger. Okay, logging framework. If you are talking about Splunk and all, at this point, I don't think I have plan for that. Okay, Splunk and all, it's a kind of, you can say DevOps activity. Okay, uh, that I'm not sure I will include in this or not. Otherwise, our course duration will be too big. Okay. So Splunk and all we will not include, but I will explain you in Mulesoft Cloud Hub, like we have that logger facility, like we can go there, we can check our log and we can monitor our application. So that part I will explain.
So normally this Splunk integration and all will be done by Mulesoft developer or some other.
Okay, it depends. Okay, for few company, there will be one dedicated DevOps team. Okay, so they will take care of all these things, all this logging framework, environment setup. Okay, ideally this is task of infrastructure plus DevOps team. But in some project, there will not be dedicated infrastructure team or dedicated DevOps team. So like in that case, you as a MuleSoft developer only need to take care of all these. It depends on project to project, client to client. Fine, or good. Then let me explain few more things. Okay. So as I mentioned, like we will work on this functional design document. So here, this functional design document will look like this. Okay, so initial, there will be some high level project detail, and then it will contain document overview. Okay, and then it will contain like change history, who worked on which part, like who initiated this initial draft, and then what all change occurred in this document. So everything will be recorded here. Okay, then document, who is the document owner, then who all are document reviewers. So all those details will be captured here. And then there will be list of, like this is the table content. Okay, but actual detail is here inside. So it will start from functional diagram. Okay, so what all end systems are involved in this particular project. So you will get detail overview of that. Let's say you can see here we have front end system, we have Salesforce, we have third party SMS gateway, then we have third-party OAuth service provider, not JWT, OAuth service provider. We have SMTP server, we have database server. So all these systems are involved in this particular project. Okay. Then we will have, okay, few things are missing here. So we will have API landscape diagram. We will have sequence diagram. Okay, these two things are missing here. So in sequence diagram, it will tell you which API will be called in which sequence, what will be their life, like till which time to which time that API will be active. So all those detail will be there. And in API landscape diagram, like you will have one like graphical view of what all like API is developed on which layer, like how many API we have in experience layer, how many API we have in process and system layer. So those kind of detail will be there. And then, so here project overview will be there. And whatever application like API will be involved in this particular project. So for each API, we will have detailed documentation here. So this is customer mobile experience API. Okay. So here you will get API detail, like what is the version of API, what resource will be there, what method will be there, and objective of that API. And then there will be request and response structure. In request, whenever you are developing any API, you can pass request in 4 format. You can pass in header, query parameter, URI parameter, and body. So you will get detail of everything. Header, there is no query and URI parameter, so directly it came in body. And then here, like what all elements will be there in that body, that detail will be there. And then we will have response structure. Okay. So all detail. After that, we will have some non-functional requirement also for each API. Here it's missing here, but I will add when we will create on actual document for this project. I will add that non-functional requirement also. What will be SLA for that particular API? Okay, how many like max? You can say what will be throughput of that API? Okay, that what kind of API that is REST API or event-driven API or it's a scheduler API, those kind of details. So multiple things will be there in non-functional requirement. Okay, that detail will also be there. And at the end, you will get detail of error handling framework. Okay, how your error handling will work, what will be structure of your error payload. So that those kind of detail will be there. Should be somewhere at the end. This is kind of a API landscape diagram. Okay, this is the non-functional requirement will look like this. So what kind of API is this? REST API or event-driven or scheduler API? Frequency of that API, then data size, what will be payload size, data volume, then hours of operation, then SLA, all those details will be there. And you will have error handling framework detail also, error and logging detail also. Okay, what all error you will handle. And at the end, what here that will be your test scope. Okay, so what all test scenario you will cover while doing unit testing or like while doing SIT testing. Okay, so all the positive and negative scenario you need to mention here. In this way, like we will have one detailed functional design document. Based on that, we will do development. And if someone has opted for second part of this real-time project, where you will get assignment, as 2 more project will be there as an assignment. There also you will get this document. I will explain entire project and you need to work as a team with multiple people and you need to deliver that project. So all detail will be shared. So you can assume like architect has created document for you. You will get all the detail. You will get Jira story where everything will be mentioned there and then you need to do development. Once you will complete your development, you need to integrate with all the other developer. You need to coordinate with them and you need to deliver your. Okay, so that will be like requirement gathering and development part. Okay, so this detail I have already shared. So log structure we will use later on, but I will share all this document. I will create Git repository and I will add all the participants there. So whatever I will commit in Git, you will able to access. So all this document will be uploaded on Git. Okay, so timing wise, here like Saturday, Sunday, we will have IST time 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST will be 8:30. Actually, it's daylight. I think in cold season it will be 8:30 to 11. In summer it will be 9:30 to 12:30. Okay. So every day we will have like 15 to 20-minute break also in between the 3-hour class. So that might be snack break or maybe dinner break for few people. So break time will be 15 to 20 minutes. I have mentioned 15 minutes. Okay, so this one, I think here almost 100% people are registered people only. So this doubt session we will have every day, not only Wednesday. This will be Monday, Saturday, except Sunday, every day doubt will be there.
Ravi, weekdays will not have any class, Monday to Wednesday.
Okay, so for this real-time project, only Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
Ravi, when you're talking about real time, is it the project what you're doing? How is that actually?
Okay, so here in this real-time project, I will do everything. You will understand the process. You will follow me, okay? And you will do same thing in your system.
I'm asking like this, when you say real time, this is somebody's actual project or a real time which you created a project for us.
Okay, so I have worked for multiple industry. Okay, so I know what kind of projects are coming. I clubbed those requirement and I created one project. So in when you will join for any company, so you will get similar kind of project there. Okay, whatever process are here, customer onboarding we are going to do, similar process will be there for customer onboarding. Okay, no matter you will go for retail industry, no matter you will go for banking industry. Okay, every industry has some common module which they follow similar pattern. Okay, what all API there will be, let's say if you are talking about this onboarding process, no matter you are going for retail, no matter you are going for healthcare, no matter you are going for banking. So there you will have registration API, login API, reset credential API, forgot credential API. Okay, so all those API we are going to develop here. And at target system also, there few clients are using database, few are using Salesforce CRM. So here we are going to use Salesforce CRM.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and hope everyone has my number. So whenever you will have anything, you can ping me on this number. Okay, so yeah, only WhatsApp message is you can do. And then, okay, so few people are here like they have done basic training, but maybe you are not in touch with training at this moment. So what I will suggest you for basic training, you can follow this. I have uploaded many video on my YouTube also. So you can go through this basic training video. Then one project is also there on my YouTube channel, but that one is very basic project, but that will give you kickstart. Okay. So if you have bandwidth, if you have time, then go through this playlist. And so far, like I have got very good response for this particular project. Okay. It helped a lot. Many people like they learned from this project and they got kickstart in Mulesoft. After this project, they got very good understanding of like Mulesoft concepts. Okay, so whenever you have free time, just go through this project. Okay, this is based on.
Is it a similar one like what you're doing right now?
No. This is very basic project that is transport module, and here we are going to work on customer onboarding.
Okay.
This project I'm saying, whenever you have free time, just go through that. This project I took on very basic level. Okay, so that will help you to clear your basic concept in it. So, and you will get some understanding about real-time project, how it works. But in this customer onboarding, this is very advanced project. Okay, here you will have all the similar kind of setup, how we do in organization. You will have all the security policy. You will have Jenkins CI/CD pipeline setup. Everything will be there. In this project, I develop system and process API. Okay, but it will give you kickstart. That's why I'm suggesting you. And many people like they are looking for interview, so you can go with this playlist. So here I have uploaded many frequently asked interview questions like technical and scenario based. Okay, these all things are you need to do in your free time. Okay, these all things are additional thing you need to do. A part of that, I have one playlist for DataView also. Okay, whenever you will have free time, you can go to that.
Ravi, can you share that link?
Yeah, I will send. Yeah, I will send. So I will add one DataView playlist also, where I and Abhishek created many video. Okay, and that will help you to learn or get in-depth knowledge of DataView. Okay, almost 12 to 13 videos are there. Okay, these all will be additional thing which you need to do. Okay, and whenever you have free time. Okay, a part of that we are going to have this very advanced project which will start from this coming Saturday. Yeah, let me know if anyone has any query about timing, date, or this initial things what I mentioned just now.
Oh, can you just share the video links?
Yeah, yeah, I will
One
share.
link is, yeah, one link is enough for us to go to your channel, right?
Yeah, I will share soon. Okay, fine. So for today, I think we are good. If anything, anyone has any query about the course content, about the structure of this program, let me know. And
Ravi, Monday to Wednesday classes will be regular, right?
yeah, that is separate one. Okay, so that is training one that will keep going for this
Okay.
entire month.
Okay.
This will be only on Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday now from this coming Saturday till next 1.5 month or 2 month, we will be focused on real-time project on Saturday and Sunday.
So how
And
many
this will
months
be
of project is this, Ravi? Like the one what we are doing right now is for how many weeks?
it will go for 6 weeks.
Okay.
And many things are here. Like we have not only we are going to cover Mulesoft project here. Environment setup will be there. CI/CD pipeline will be there. Security policy, many things will be there. So it will take time. Okay, so 6 weeks it will go definitely.
Okay.
Okay, fine then. We are good. Then let's close our session for today. Okay, and let's
So
continue.
the one, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
The one which is you're doing from Monday to Friday, the regular basic training, that is already started long back, right?
Yeah, we already completed like 10, 15 day, 10-day class. Yeah, 10 days.
It's for an hour or 2 hours.
That depends. Like generally we do for 1 hour, but
Mm-hmm.
it depends.
Okay.